They're so perfect for a little clutch bag. Think about that over the holidays. You don't want to carry a big bag. Put your little juicy tube in there. You're set to go. You can tell them.
And we're
obsessed.
We are obsessed. I was just going to say my new favorite foundation. You know I'm a big Lancome girl, and I have been since a teenager. My mother and I have just been always using Lancome and taking great care of our skin. This is 10 years in the making. And when we first launched this in October, I was part of this launch. Do you know 10,000 women ordered the Teint Miracle Makeup? It's $37, free shipping and handling. It's on 2 credit card payments. No one else in the world offers 2 credit card payments. If you're looking for one foundation, and I said to Joan, there's nothing like this foundation that gives you balance, coverage, great for sensitive skin. It's buildable coverage because it's kind of an oxymoron the way that this works.
It truly is.
And we'll go through all the colors too.
Yeah, and when we begin to describe this for you, right after we do the colors, but when we start to describe this, you'll be thinking that I'm constantly kind of negating everything that I've said before. I'm contradicting myself a little bit. I'm not. It's so unique.
It is.
But before I start rambling on about it and telling you, I'd love to share the shades with you, and the shades are extremely forgiving. So be aware of that. Do we have the shade chart?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's go to the shade chart if we have that one. So let's go to our lightest shade. If you are a very fair skin, you're going to go with Buff 5. And we say this, you see behind it is the C and the W. All that means is cool or warm. So you're going to go Buff 5 if you're extremely light. Then if you're light to medium like me, you're going to go for Bisque 2. Then if you're a medium shade, more of Amy's shade, you're going to go for a Bisque 6. Then if you're more of a deeper, like a Mediterranean, more olive, Bisque 9 is perfect for you. Then our deepest shade that we have is Suede 2, and we'll be demonstrating almost all of those. Here's what I'd like to do, just before we go on to talk about this. I want to show you, when you think about trying to find your perfect foundation, what do you look for? Well, if you're like me, you may have been looking for something that is lightweight on the skin, but yet gives me great coverage. I couldn't find it. Okay, most foundations make the skin masky or appear heavy. Teint Miracle is lightweight in the skin, light as a feather, however, gives you buildable coverage. It's oil-free, but nothing drying.
But
it has an 18-hour hydration claim, but yet doesn't look like oily or wet on the skin. It gives you that luminosity that allows the skin to look naturally luminous, but yet covers. So it's very, very interesting. It's very unique. I want to show you something. If we can do a close-up in my hand, if that's possible.
I love this. You're right, because it's hard to find the perfect shade. Then when you find the perfect shade, it's too drying. It lays in your lines and rings. So we're always give and take.
Yes, there's always a compromise, right?
Always.
So if you can see my hand, if you go in close, I actually have lots of little spots, you can see the veins on my hands. I have very fair skin. Look at this. Now you can see how much I'm applying. It's not, I wouldn't dare put a full pump on here. I'm putting half a pump on, and this is the Bisque 2. Okay, look, I'm massaging it into my skin. You see how far it goes? Half a pump. Now, here's the magic. No wonder we call it Miracle, right? Teint Miracle.
No wonder why it took 10 years
Look at
to
this.
develop.
Look at the difference in my hand. The pigmentation is completely covered there, yet it's not a masky foundation.
Look at that.
The veins are covered. You don't see the blue so much, but yet you still see that luminosity in my skin. Look at the difference in that. Imagine that on your face. If you have got little pigmentations, uneven skin tone, you want to cover without masking up your skin, Teint Miracle Foundation is so unique, is so different. We cannot wait for you to use this. We can't. And you know, we created a record, didn't we, when we launched
We did when
this?
we launched it, 10,000
on HSN alone.
Well, we want to share some more information with you. I want to let you know Suede 2 Warm will be the first to sell out.
It always was last time, too.
Last time, yeah. So it's definitely going to sell out. So
here's what makes it unique, Amy. So when you think of skin and you think of bare skin, light hits the skin, some of it goes in skin, and then the rest is illuminated out of the skin, giving you that beautiful brightness to the skin. Most traditional foundations lie on top of the skin like a glove over the skin, blocking the light, creating the masky look. Teint Miracle goes across the skin, and you see the light still radiates from within it.
Look at that.
What you're seeing is you're seeing skin, but better than skin, right?
I know.
But it's not that invisible coverage, which I personally hate. I hate,
and I hate heavy.
But why do I want to wear a foundation that doesn't cover anything? I want something to even out my skin without it looking masky and heavy, to Amy's point. Teint Miracle is unique. It's 10 years in the making just for a foundation, and we have 7 international patents pending for this.
Can you imagine that? Oh. We're going to show you again colors. We're going to go over to Robert Cook,
yes,
who's one of 7 national makeup artists for Lancome. But you can see after one application, one thing I do want to let you know is that it gives you the coverage that you want. It's buildable. You're not saying, well, the perfect shade, I love this and this, but you know what, it's too greasy. There's always that compromise. You will never compromise again. Perfect shade, perfect texture, perfect coverage on your skin that's moisturizing, especially right now when it's so dry outside. 10 years manufacturing of research in this with 7 international patents pending. It's not heavy and light is absorbed. That's what I appreciate about this. If you have lines and wrinkles or discoloration, especially underneath the eye area, and you don't want to use a separate type of concealer, this is buildable, but it never lays in. It retracts that light back out. So for myself, I'm oily here and I'm extremely dry here. So normally I would have to not put any powder here because my foundation was too dry sometimes, especially in the winter. With this, it makes...
You've got your 18-hour hydration and it's oil-free.
It's oil. Can you imagine? So now all the problems we've ever had, plus the perfect shade, combine beautifully together. So if you're saying a little bit goes a long way. So this is a large size for a foundation. Little bit goes a long way, but you'll be... 73 reviews on HSN.com.
And it's a customer pick, isn't it?
They were crazy about this.
It's a customer pick. And you think about how difficult it is to get a customer pick on a foundation to sell on television. That's how good it is. The other thing to know is the shades are so forgiving. I can easily go between 2 shades. Very, very easily. But as Robert will tell you, and we're going to go to Robert in just a second, if you're a little bit deeper, go with a deeper tone. Don't lighten it up. If you're lighter, go with your lighter one. Shall we go to Robert?
Absolutely.
We're
going to go over. Please, if you can, use automated ordering. This is our last presentation. We're going to go over the shades. We're going to have some fun with the girls and see what colors that they're wearing. We sold 10,000 of these.
Yes.
When we first launched this. So it's now finally back in stock. Maybe your color is sold out when you go to your Lancome counter, because we all know there's nothing more frustrating than that.
Not being able to
get your color. We have your color here. It's bad. But Robert Cook is joining us. He's going to make sure we look fabulous all year long.
Right.
So we're so glad that you give us such great, easy tips. And to me, this foundation is so easy to apply.
It is so easy. But Robert tells it the best.
Well, you know, I don't like foundation. I've been doing this for almost 25 years, and I've always struggled with foundation because when you put it on, no matter how you talk about it, no matter how you play with the foundation, it never delivers what they say it does. It's not that sheer. It's not that gorgeous. This foundation, call us. You've got to call us. This foundation is amazing. I think
because women's skin, too, whether it's the color that's the problem, we're oily here, we're dry here, so sometimes when you're applying foundation, it just kind of grabs in one area and then changes colors here, but not with this.
Right. It really morphs your skin. So if you have a little discolorations in some areas and not in others, and if you look at Nora's complexion, through here, a lot of hyperpigmentation, discoloration, as most of us do that live in the South.
Absolutely.
It beautifully evens out her complexion. Look at the radiance, look at the glow, but it's not a shiny, greasy
look. Not at all. And I think,
looks like her
again,
skin.
when we say glow, and you might think, oh, it's going to look oily. Not at all. It looks like your skin, but just better. Look at Nora's.
I love this.
Look at Nora's. And do we want to talk about Shanique? What shade is Nora wearing, Robert?
Nora is wearing Bisque 9.
Okay.
Look how beautiful. And it does, it evens out everything.
Yes. And we said that Bisque 9 is actually our second deepest shade. So that's for more of a Mediterranean skin. And then the gorgeous Janique. Look at Janique's skin.
Okay, now with Janique's complexion, and I'm going to point out something here. A little bit of a halo right around the outer corners of the face, around the mouth a little bit. So with Janique, that's very common. So it doesn't look like foundation. It looks like her skin. It's just magically transformed. I just love it. It's so beautiful.
What's the best way to apply, Robert? Because there's always, you use a brush, you don't. I'm a hand user.
You know what?
I pump and smear.
There is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong.
Right or wrong.
I love a brush. I'm just used to it. That's my tool of choice. Janique actually applied this to herself, and she actually used a sponge. Now, I will tell you, this is a half a pump on Janique's face. And on Nora, It's a little more than half a pump.
Geez, see how little you use.
Here's what I do,
So little.
and I'm truly not joking. This is the foundation that I use every single day, whether I'm going out in the evening or daytime. It doesn't matter. Here's what I do, and I love this. If we can show this. You know, I hate to waste product. I'm sure you do too. So let's say you put a full pump on there the first time you've used it. Here's a little tip. It unscrews, okay?
And you put it back.
And you put it straight back in there. There is no waste
I knew you were going to say that.
whatsoever, and that makes me very happy.
I can see her doing that.
Well, I do that with the Tanti
I do it
doll.
all the time, every single day.
Because sometimes with Tanti doll, I'll by mistake put 2 pumps on, and I think, well, that's too much. Oh, and I put it back in.
I put half a pump on, and I still have to put some back.
So a little bit goes a long
Yep.
way, and these are large sizes. I do want to stress there's a lot inside of this.
Yes.
So just put a little bit on. I think most of us always have the problem of I'm oily, I'm dry. I like this color in this, but it's too dry. Or sometimes you put on a tinted moisturizer, it's not enough coverage. There's this delicate balance.
Too radiant, shiny.
You know what?
This is the perfect foundation.
If we want to show my hand again, just to show you that it gives you coverage, we're saying, just show me where to go or find me. What we're saying is it's a very, very lightweight feel on the skin. It feels as if it's invisible, but when you look at it, it covers everything that you need to cover without it looking masky. It allows that natural glow to come through the skin. It's as if your skin is lit from within, is radiant and beautiful and healthy. Think about it. It also has that 18-hour hydration. Your skin will never feel dry with this. And it's oil-free.
It's like everything you ever wanted.
It does, and I love what Amy says.
It balances. And even if you're using Genifique, you're using Renergy, it doesn't matter what you're using. It doesn't suck the moisture out, but it doesn't add to the look of the moisture either. It gives you that balance that we all want. So if you're always saying, gosh, I love the color on this one, but it's too drying, or this one's too moisturizing, or it's not the right color, there's always that give and take. So here you can see all of the different colors with free shipping and handling. Please, again, use automated ordering. This is your last opportunity of the year.
Amy,
10
shall I
years
quickly
of research.
run through the shades?
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
so the lightest shade, as we said, is Buff 5. So if you are a very light skin, very fair skin, you're going to go for Buff 5.
Look at that.
If you're a light to medium, that looks amazing on you.
Look at that.
If you're a light to medium like me, you're going to use Bisque 2. If you're a little bit deeper in a medium shade, you're going to go to Bisque 6. And I have to tell you, Bisque 6 and Bisque 2 are our top-selling shades. Then we go to a Mediterranean skin tone, which is Bisque 9. And then our deepest skin tone, which is the one that Janique was wearing, is Suede 2. And you said that one's almost gone?
That one's almost gone. So final call, last call now on that Suede. But Angela's giving us a call from Illinois. Oh, do we have time? Okay. Hello, Angela.
Hi,
quickly,
Angela.
they're allowing us to talk to you from Illinois. Welcome to Lancome. It's Amy and Joan. We're so glad you're calling.
Thank you. How are you?
We're
Hi,
great.
we're good. How are you?
I just want to let you know this is the best makeup I've ever worn, ever.
What do you love about it, Angela?
It is long wearing.
Right.
It's dewy on your face. It's not flat. It's not oily. I have combination to oily skin.
Right. Like most people?
And it is so great. I used to be an old prescriptive custom blend person.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for like a year, and this is it.
And you discovered Teint Miracle.
I love it.
Oh, congratulations. We're so happy that you enjoyed that and you found that, because it's very hard to find the right foundation, Angela, right?
It is, and I'm an African-American with olive undertones. This is wonderful.
Oh, we're so glad. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much, Angela. The coverage is amazing. Look at that. It's buildable, but you can see, look how even everything is. If you can use automated ordering, so many of you are calling in. We're very busy. This is your last opportunity for the year to pick up Teint Miracle. This was 10 years of research. 10 years of research. 7 international patents pending.